Hello, thanks for dropping in. In my somewhat depleted state, of course, I do forget things at times. So I have brought up a couple of 64's that should be good to test things with, and I brought up the other three that need to be tested. Oh. Unfortunately, there we go. Just a moment. The note from one of the 64's that I put on, so I know what's what, has fallen off. So, but thankfully, I brought the tape up. Had taken downstairs for some very good reason. What it is, oh, I think I had to mail something, and I like sealing envelopes with a little extra tape. Yes, I remember now. Okay, so I'm going to put that down there. Okay, so, if you were here before, you remember that I opened up a 64, all socketed, and it came up with an out-of-memory error. But it kind of worked with Shoplifter. Very strange. Very strange indeed. Anyway, okay. Anyway, I went downstairs, and just before I go to the trouble of opening this up, this is also one thing about documentation. It's a beautiful thing, but unfortunately I'm not always consistent with what I write down, which would be helpful at this time. This supposedly is a 64 that works, and look, up it comes. Yay. But maybe I didn't open it, because if I had, I probably would have written down the status of how many chips are in the sockets. So maybe I did not, but I should have. But sometimes I don't think this has been open for a while. Some screws are difficult. So the reason I decided to open this one up, because my notes did help enough to say that that screw doesn't want to come out. This is an 8-pin, and the other one I brought up is a 5-pin. Not that it will make much difference, but it means that the board here is probably closer to the one, or the ones that I'm about to look at, probably. And the thing I always worry about, and even I have been fooled, is there is a version of the board where the PLA chip and the SID chip are indeed reversed. Okay. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I hate that. Okay, now please, what I'm really hoping is that I see a whole bunch of chips in sockets. Oh, and you know what? This has not been opened. This copper tape, oh, well, it was intact. Let me find. Well, some things are socketed. Oh, it's dusty. Yeah, I obviously did not open this before. So, let's see here. Now, I don't want to mark this up. So, thick, SID, is that coming through? No, I'll write it PLA, ROMs. some helpful. Not as helpful as I would like. But a good place to start. I wonder what the other one is. And actually, as I look at this, wow. They are different versions. And indeed, these are the slippery ones where the SID chip and the PLA chip have been reversed. That is something you must be aware of, because a good way to ruin a SID chip is to pop it in to the wrong socket. There's not many chips that are affected like this, but certainly the SID chip is one of them. Okay, so this seems to be working. So this 64, I haven't fully tested it, but it's looking pretty good. I think it's time to hit the auto fire and to pick up some little men. Soon a tank will appear, and I will kill it. And then I will sit down and wait for little men. And then a tank will appear, and I will kill it. I do like this auto fire. It's funny, it doesn't fire when I'm on the ground. Alright, these guys gotta be somewhere. There's another tank. Gotta be more guys here. There's another tank. Aha! There is the barracks. So let's sit down. Undoubtedly, I will have to take off and kill this tank. Oh no! 2 guys were killed! Oh no! 3. Oh, I landed on one. Oh! No! Oh dear, I forgot about that. Oh well. Alright, so this 64 seems to be okay. As I had sort of checked out before, but not obviously that much. Oh dear. Things are happening. Alright. So good. This machine does have some of the support chips and sockets, but I wish it had all. Anyway. So here is what I am proposing at this time. Firstly, this is the 64 I opened up very shortly ago. And this is the one that I got from downstairs that had the weird display, which I thought could possibly be the PLA chip. Now, it may or it may not be. But once again, oh no you don't. Oh no. Nope. No dropping 64s. I must be very careful because the positioning of these 2 chips is different. I am not going to fry something like a SID chip. I really should get another. So if the PLA chip was the trouble on that weird machine that did weird things, I should see weird things. Huh. And I do not see weird things. Interesting. so it may not, in fact, be the PLA. So I will set that aside, and I will put the original PLA chip. Oh, that's not nice. A little piece of foil from the shield. I don't like these shields. Horrible things. Ooh. They get in the way. They do. Alright. So we've got the original PLA back in there. And everything comes up. Tickety-boo. And you know, since it's not the PLA, I'm tempted to go at the ROM chips. First of all, they are socketed. And secondly, I don't know, I have a gut feeling. So I'm going to go at this one that gave me a hard time before. And you know, after all these years, I should better know which ROM is which. I should. Alright, witness mark is checked. Pins are good. They're going in. Oh. And it looks quite fine. Alright. Let's see here. It is always best to only change one thing at a time and put something back the way you found it, lest there is something else going on here. And here, I believe, interesting. Once again, I found something that of course I don't need, but I will see. But I don't like shipping things, or having things shipped, but this may be one of those times. Alright. Let's move on to ROM number 1, ROM number 2, or ROM number 3. Well, we'll go for ROM number 2. Why? Because we can. Oh, dusty, 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 dusty. It may be one of those things. There's a website that has pictures of visual failures, things that come up on the screen with the Commodore 64. Maybe I should go there. Because, so far, what my instincts and what my gut is telling me are not correct. Alright, what have I done? Oh, I know what I've done. Right. I put the ROM chip that I took out. Oh, maybe this is not a day to work on things. I put it with the other chips. Not smart. Well, since we're here, and since we're doing ROM chips, we'll carry on with another. And it's funny, one would think, why would you not try the video chip? Excellent question. I should. And then when I, with the weird stuff that came up, I seem to remember something from that site that has pictures. That some weird things that happened with 64's and strange screen things also end up being the 6526 chips. Well, they're not socketed in this test machine, which means I'm not going to check them with this one. Put down the screwdriver, take your time, get the chip in safely. Probably this is fine. It's fine. Alright. It's fine. Well, it's good to find chips